Welcome to Ancient Craft, where we explore the evolving dynamics between the US, Mexico, and China. As Mexico strengthens its ties with China through significant investments, key industries such as automotive, manufacturing, and electric vehicle production are experiencing major transformations. This shift in alliances presents substantial challenges for the US, potentially reshaping trade and economic influence across North America. What does this mean for the future? Let's dive into why this shift is shaking things up. Mexico's growing economic independence from the U.S. For decades, Mexico's economy was deeply intertwined with the U.S., thanks to trade agreements like NAFTA and the USMCA. The U.S. was Mexico's largest trading partner, which fueled economic integration. However, recent developments show that Mexico is moving toward greater economic independence. China has invested $2.3 billion in Mexico between 2018 and 2023, including $150 million just in 2023 alone. These investments span across sectors like automotive, renewable energy, and infrastructure, giving Mexico the opportunity to diversify its trade, reduce reliance on the U.S., and strengthen its global position. This shift challenges long-standing assumptions about Mexico's dependence on the U.S., prompting a re-evaluation of economic strategies. It's clear that the balance of power in North America is changing. China's multi-billion-dollar investments in Mexico. In 2023, China made a strategic investment of $2.72 billion in Mexico's automotive sector, which accounted for 72% of China's total investments in the country. These funds are not just for manufacturing, they also cover R&D centers, supply chain integration, and workforce training. This boosts China's competitiveness and gives it direct access to North America via Mexico. These investments foster economic growth, job creation, and technological advancement, helping Mexico solidify its role as a global manufacturing hub, particularly in the electric vehicle market. From the U.S. perspective, however, this growing economic partnership presents a challenge. Chinese facilities located near the U.S. border could intensify competition, especially if Chinese companies use Mexico's trade agreements to export goods to the U.S. This highlights the need for the U.S. to reassess and refine its strategies to maintain its economic influence in the region. The lithium boom, China's eye on the white gold, lithium. Often referred to as the white gold of the 21st century, lithium has become one of the most sought-after resources in the global market. This vital mineral plays a pivotal role in the development of electric vehicles, EVs, and renewable energy technologies, two sectors that are poised to redefine the future of transportation and energy consumption. In particular, lithium is the backbone of EV batteries, which are driving the shift from fossil fuel-powered vehicles to cleaner, more sustainable alternatives. As the world increasingly turns toward electric vehicles and renewable energy, the demand for lithium is skyrocketing. One country that has recognized the immense value of lithium and its strategic importance is China. With its rapidly growing EV industry, China is determined to secure access to this critical resource, and one country with abundant lithium reserves is Mexico. Over the past few years, Mexico's vast lithium deposits have attracted global attention, and China is at the forefront of this resource rush. In 2023, Chinese energy giant JG Yang took a significant step in securing Mexico's lithium by signing a 20-year liquefied natural gas (LNG) deal with Mexico Pacific. This move highlighted China's long-term commitment to collaborating with Mexico, particularly in securing access to its lithium resources. By entering into this agreement, China is positioning itself to dominate the global EV market, ensuring that it has a consistent and reliable supply of lithium to fuel its rapidly expanding electric vehicle production. This strategic collaboration also gives China a substantial edge in the EV market by enabling it to control key supply chains and influence the prices of lithium coming from Mexico. The control over this crucial resource allows China to maintain its competitive advantage in the electric vehicle industry, which is set to become one of the most lucrative markets in the coming decades. The partnerships forged between China and Mexico promise not only economic growth for both countries, but also advancements in technology. However, this growing collaboration also requires careful management to ensure that the benefits are shared equitably, and that local communities in Mexico are not left behind in the race for resources. There is also the important issue of ethics to consider, as Mexico's lithium reserves are an integral part of its national heritage and future development. At the same time, the United States is also keenly aware of the importance of securing lithium for its own electric vehicle ambitions. As China strengthens its foothold in the lithium market, there is a growing concern that the U.S. may fall behind in the EV race. With China controlling much of the global supply of lithium, the pressure on the U.S. to secure its own access to this critical resource intensifies. In this evolving geopolitical landscape, the U.S. faces an urgent challenge: how to ensure its own place in the future of electric vehicles while navigating the complexities of global trade and resource competition. Before we dive deeper into the implications of these developments, do us a favor, smash that like and subscribe button. By doing so, you'll help us reach more auto enthusiasts like you who are interested in the latest trends and insights. Now let's shift gears and move on to our next point: the EV market. Mexico, as China's North American hub, the electric vehicle EV market is undergoing a dramatic transformation, and Mexico is emerging as a crucial player in this global shift. With the increasing demand for electric vehicles, China is strategically leveraging Mexico's position in North America to expand its influence in the region and further strengthen its dominance in the EV market. Leading Chinese automakers such as BYD and SAIC are planning to establish manufacturing plants in Mexico, positioning the country as a key hub for EV production in North America. These companies are drawn to Mexico not only because of its rich automotive industry, but also because of its proximity to the United States and the favorable trade agreements that exist between the two countries. Mexico offers several advantages for Chinese companies looking to establish a foothold in the North American market. The country has a well-established automotive industry, a skilled workforce, and a strategic location that makes it an ideal base for manufacturing. By producing electric vehicles locally in Mexico, Chinese automakers can avoid high tariffs that would otherwise be imposed on imports and reduce shipping costs, making their vehicles more affordable and competitive in the U.S. market. This shift is beneficial for both countries, as the creation of manufacturing plants in Mexico will generate new jobs, attract foreign investment, and promote technological advancements in the electric vehicle industry. These partnerships between Chinese automakers and Mexican manufacturers are helping to strengthen the global supply chain for EV production and accelerate the adoption of clean energy solutions. However, as Mexico becomes increasingly intertwined with China's EV ambitions, concerns about the potential impact on domestic industries and trade relationships begin to surface. The growing presence of Chinese companies in Mexico could shift the balance of power in the region, and some worry that this could lead to challenges for local businesses and workers. Furthermore, Mexico's role as a strategic partner in China's global push for EV dominance also raises important questions about the country's broader trade relations with the United States. As Mexico's automotive sector grows more connected with China, the U.S. may need to reassess its own position and approach to securing access to critical resources like lithium and securing a stable, competitive foothold in the EV market. As the automotive industry undergoes this historic transformation, Mexico's role as China's North American hub for electric vehicle production will continue to evolve. With both challenges and opportunities on the horizon, Mexico's ability to navigate this complex global shift will shape not only the future of its economy, but also its position in the broader geopolitical landscape. Strategic oversight: the U.S.'s missteps in the region and China's growing influence in Mexico. As the geopolitical landscape shifts in North America, the United States finds itself grappling with a critical challenge: China's accelerating influence in Mexico. While the U.S. has traditionally been the dominant economic and political partner of Mexico, recent U.S. policies, characterized by trade wars, tariffs, and inconsistent agreements, have weakened this long-standing relationship. Meanwhile, China has skillfully taken advantage of these missteps, positioning itself as a strategic partner that offers both economic stability and the promise of long-term growth. The U.S. at a crossroads, a tale of missed opportunities. Historically, the United States was seen as a pillar of economic stability for Mexico. The close proximity of the two nations, combined with strong trade agreements like the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, fostered a robust economic partnership. Mexico relied on the U.S. as its largest trading partner, enjoying the benefits of access to the vast U.S. consumer market, as well as investments in infrastructure, manufacturing, and technology. However, recent actions by the U.S., such as the imposition of tariffs, trade wars with China, and an overall shift in its approach to international agreements, have strained this once strong relationship. The unpredictability and inconsistencies in U.S. policies have eroded trust in its commitment to Mexico's long-term economic prosperity. Mexico, once a steadfast ally of the U.S., has begun to question whether its northern neighbor can still be relied upon as a partner in the face of shifting global dynamics. China's calculated approach, filling the gaps left by the U.S. In contrast to the U.S.'s faltering strategies, China has been methodical in its approach to strengthening its ties with Mexico. China is not simply a passive observer, it is actively investing in Mexico's future. Through its Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, China has been pouring resources into Mexico's infrastructure, focusing on the modernization of key sectors such as transportation, energy, and technology. Investments in Mexican ports, railways, highways, and energy infrastructure are reshaping the nation's economic landscape and positioning it as a critical player in global trade networks. China's investments are not just about capital. They are about fostering a narrative of reliability and foresight. While the U.S. is perceived as an unpredictable partner, China is building a relationship based on long-term strategic thinking. The result? Mexico is beginning to see China as a more stable and dependable partner, and the economic and political ties between the two countries are deepening. Mexico's strategic position, the gateway between North and South America. Mexico's importance on the world stage cannot be overstated. Located at the crossroads of North and South America, Mexico holds a key position in global trade. It has access to both the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico, making it a critical player in international shipping and logistics. As the world's trade flows continue to expand and evolve, Mexico's role as a global commerce hub is becoming more apparent. By strengthening its relationship with China, Mexico is capitalizing on its geographical advantages. With China's support, Mexico is rapidly modernizing its infrastructure, enhancing its ability to move goods across the globe with greater efficiency. The increased trade between Mexico and China is contributing to a shift in the region's economic balance of power, diminishing the U.S.'s traditional influence while elevating Mexico's status as a global economic force. The emerging Mexico-China alliance, a new strategic partnership at the heart of this transformation, is the growing alliance between Mexico and China. This is not just a superficial partnership. It is a well-thought-out, mutually beneficial collaboration that reflects both countries' long-term aspirations. For China, Mexico provides a critical entry point into the North American market, a gateway for Chinese goods and investments to flow into the U.S. and Canada. For Mexico, China offers economic stability, cutting-edge technology, and the promise of continued growth. This partnership goes beyond mere economics. China's involvement in Mexico is helping to redefine the latter's place in the global order. Mexico, once primarily a regional manufacturing hub, is now on the path to becoming a powerful global economic player in its own right. With China's support, Mexico is diversifying its economy, investing in new industries such as renewable energy, high-tech manufacturing, and digital infrastructure. As this alliance solidifies, the U.S. is faced with a transformed North America. Its once unassailable position of influence is now being challenged, and the future of the region may no longer be defined solely by U.S. interests. In this new landscape, the U.S. risks losing not just Mexico as an economic partner, but also its status as the primary player in North American geopolitics. The road ahead. What does the future hold for North America? The strengthening ties between Mexico and China represent a fundamental shift in the region's political and economic dynamics. This is more than just a trade story. It is a strategic battle for influence that will shape the future of North America for decades to come. The U.S., once the undisputed leader in the Western Hemisphere, now faces the challenge of adapting to a new world order, one in which its dominance is no longer guaranteed. The U.S. must decide whether to adjust its policies to meet the new realities of global trade or risk being left behind. The emerging alliance between Mexico and China is not a passing trend. It is a fundamental realignment of global power. If the U.S. does not act decisively, it could find itself sidelined in its own hemisphere, as Mexico becomes increasingly integral to global trade and politics. Conclusion. The changing world order. As Mexico and China deepen their strategic partnership, the implications for the U.S. and the broader North American landscape are profound. The U.S. must reevaluate its approach to Mexico and the region as a whole. The old paradigms of dominance and influence are shifting, and the U.S. must either evolve with these changes or risk losing its competitive edge. What do you think about this shifting alliance between Mexico and China? Is the U.S. prepared to adjust its strategy, or are we witnessing the rise of a new global order? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. If you found this analysis of global trade dynamics insightful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates, in-depth analyses, and behind-the-scenes stories from the world of international relations and beyond. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.